Hey, what's going on, everyone? Blitzball Champ is back once again with a brand new video here on the U to the 2. All right, it's that time again. Talks some pro wrestling. Gonna do the weekly pro wrestling chat. Um, gonna talk some Stardom. Gonna talk a little bit of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Gonna talk a little bit of AEW and a good bit of WWE. So brace yourself. I try to get through as much of it as quickly as I can. But we're going to start off with the good stuff. We're going to start off with Stardom. And got a lot to look forward to with Stardom. Uh, we got uh, we got the big All Star Dream Cinderella show coming up in March, March 3rd at the Nippon Budokan. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be really, really big. Um, there's gonna be a Stardom Rumble that's gonna take place, and we got a lot to look forward to. But I'll get to that in just a second. Just want to do a little bit of recap. Um, so we recently got a few matches that happened in Stardom that ended up building up to some title shots. So to get into that, um, Oedo Tai recently won an elimination tag match, and B Priestley has decided to challenge Utami Hayashishita for the World of Stardom Championship. Now we all have to remember, B Priestley is a former World of Stardom champion. She has held that title for quite a long while. She actually used to be a part of Queen's Quest when she held that title. But of course, she ended up getting dethroned by Mayu Iwatani, who later got dethroned by current champion Utami Hayashishita. So that's one to look forward to. And let's also remember Utami Hayashishita is going to be a little bit busy because she not only has to defend the title against her, but remember Saya Kamatani also wants a shot at Utami Hayashishita, her Aphrodite tag team partner in Queen's Quest. So definitely looking forward to see how Utami does against the competition. There's a lot to look forward to, and she's going to be busy. So definitely looking forward to that. Um, it was also said that Unagi Sayaka, with some suggestion of Tam Nakano, Cosmic Angel's stablemate and leader, that she should go through a 7 woman, I guess, 7 series of matches. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a gauntlet or just like 7 matches at different times against different opponents to help Unagi Sayaka kind of evolve, I guess. Because, I mean, I guess the whole idea is she's supposedly the weakest out of the Cosmic Angels, which, honestly, I kind of feel like her and Mina Shirakawa are kind of even, if you ask me. But um, something to take note of. I like Unaki Sayaka, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Also, it's looking like Himeka and Natsupoi want a shot at B Priestley and Konami for the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles. So that's definitely something to look forward to. It's really cool to see how the different members of Dona del Mundo are definitely gelling together. It's not like you're seeing the same tag teams over and over again. So I really like that. Aside from Goddess of Stardom tag team champs. I really like how they're mixing up the use of the stable members. So I really like that. I like that a lot. Also, once again, Saya Ida in non-title matches keeps getting pinned. Uh, they're honestly not going to do anything about that. Let's just keep it real. They're not going to do anything about that, and it's messed up. You know, she's the only one in Stars that has a championship. Start treating her like a champion. Stardom, come on, Rasi Ogawa, come on now. Saya Ida's your only champion in Stars. She's the future of Stardom champion. And, at least treat her like one. I mean, you did the same for Micah. She was booked pretty well as future of Stardom champion. So it's like, come on now, come on, y'all gotta be nicer in the booking for Saya Ida. Um, let's also keep an eye out for. We're gonna eventually have Natsupoi versus Azumi for the high speed title at some point. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Also, apparently, Mayu Iwatani and Momo Watanabe and Saya Ida went to the apparently went to a different promotion and answered Yoshiko's challenge. So it'll be Mayu Iwatani versus Yoshiko at the March 3rd Nippon Budokan All Star Dream Cinderella show. Not only that, Momo Watanabe challenged Nane Takahashi to a singles match. Same show. So this ought to be really, really interesting. But this makes it extra special. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. And of course, soon we got Shuri Donna Del Mundo is going to be defending the SWA title against Momo Watanabe. So there's been a good amount of build up to that. So that's looking like a lot of fun. And Mayu Iwatani and Tam Nakano recently had a wrestling match where it went to a time limit draw. So I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, I don't see any. Oh, okay. So I that believe Himeka and Natsupoi are getting their Goddess of Stardom tag team title shot. And then yeah, Shuri's going to be defending the SWA title against Momo Watanabe at the January 30th show, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's looking like what's up. Um, so definitely looking forward to that. And if I remember correctly, I believe that Mina Shirakawa, who's currently out with a broken nose of Cosmic Angels, I believe she is scheduled to return for that All Star Dream Cinderella show on March 3rd. So, that way Cosmic Angels will be reunited, because they're the current artist of Stardom Trios champions. So it'll definitely be good to have her back. I still wonder when Jungle Kiona will eventually be cleared to return, and still don't have Natsu Sumire. So still got some folks missing, but hopefully they'll return soon. That'd be really cool. They return soon. But got quite a lot to look forward to in Stardom leading up to that All Star Dream Cinderella show, and still got a month. of action to go. So who knows? They may have an up and coming challenger for Julia's Wonder of Stardom title. Because I know she just recently successfully defended that title against Natsuko Tora. So they gotta get her a new challenger as well. But lot to look forward to in Stardom. Still have a lot of build up to go, but should be good. Should be really good. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for Stardom. Um, Switching over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. As a matter of fact, January 30th, they got the New Beginning in Nagoya. Just to go over the card, we got a tag team match. Okada and Yano versus Evil and Yujiro Takahashi. Got a 6-man. Oh no, excuse me, 8-man tag. Master Wato, Sho, Tomaki Honma, Kota Ibushi going up against LIJs, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Sonata. Um, we got a singles match between Hiroyoshi Tenzan and the Great Okan, and apparently this has a special stipulation. The loser of this match must retire the Mongolian chop. Can no longer use it. No longer use that move. So very, very interesting stipulation. But should be good. Should be good. I got a chance to see the Great Okarn live when New Japan Pro Wrestling came to Charlotte, North Carolina a few years ago. So I actually got to see the Great Okarn live. Um, and then we got a match between Satoshi Kojima and Will Ospreay. That's a no disqualification match. So expect to see some weapons, some dirty tactics, stuff like that. So that should be really good. Uh, Empire has really been feuding with some of the legends, the veterans lately. So have to see how this all ends out. And then we got the Never Openweight Championship match as the main event, as Shingo Takagi, the current champion from LIJ, defends against the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. So that should be really good. That should be a really good card. Um, and then we actually, New Japan's got a couple of things coming up. Got the New Beginning tours to finish up. They got the New Beginning in Hiroshima in a few weeks in February. So still a little bit more on that tour to finish up before they get into Castle Attack and then eventually the New Japan Cup. But yeah. So keep an eye out for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Quite a lot to see. Um, going into AEW, the main thing that I'm very excited about with AEW, so they recently announced a AEW Women's Eliminator tournament where the winner of this tournament gets a title shot against Hikaru Shida, the current women's champion, which I believe will take her on at AEW Revolution. I believe that's where the winner will have their title match, which makes sense because I mean AEW Revolution's in March, so they got some time to do this tournament. Um, and they just announced one of the first matchups for the tournament that puts the NWA Women's World Champ Serena Deeb against a returning. That's right, the first ever AEW Women's World Champion, Riho. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Riho is returning to AEW. That's exciting. Um, It's interesting because I was wondering why we haven't seen her in Stardom matches in a while. It's been a while. Like I don't think Riho's really wrestled since like the last big major show at Stardom. So so yeah, like I'm glad to see that Riho is back, and she's going to have quite a challenge in that first round against the NWA Women's World Champion and Serena Deeb. But that's cool that she's returning to AEW. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And now that she's being inserted back into the picture, it kind of makes me wonder, who else might get inserted because they had the American flag graphic and the Japan flag graphic. So I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see a returning Yuka Sakazaki. She was AEW bound, and whoever else that they can get in this tournament. I expect to see this to be a loaded, stacked tournament. So definitely keep a lookout. Definitely keep a lookout. But yeah, very very much looking forward to the return of Riho in AEW. Um, Also got a couple of things to look forward to. I am not really looking forward to the whole confrontation between Cody Rhodes and Shaq, and apparently Jade Cargill. But I guess it was kind of neat to see Red Velvet step up to the plate since Brandy Rhodes can't because she's pregnant. But yeah. And we know a couple of things got announced for AEW's Beach Break. So we know that Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers are going to be taking on John Moxley and Death Triangle's Pac and Ray Phoenix. So we know that's for AEW's Beach Break. We also have a tag team battle royal that'll take place at AEW Beach Break, where the winner will actually go on to face the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, at Revolution. And the weird thing is, the Young Bucks will actually be in this battle royal. And if by some chance the Young Bucks wins this battle royal, then they actually get to choose their opponent to defend the titles against at Revolution. So, I mean, it's kind of it's an interesting situation for the Young Bucks. If they don't win this battle royal, at least they will have an idea of who they're going to face. For whoever the winner is. But if the Young Bucks win, they get to choose their opponent. So either way, we know for sure the Young Bucks will be defending their tag team titles at AEW Revolution against whoever is the winner from this tournament or from this battle royal. So something to look forward to. And apparently, we're going to see Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston once again, but this time in a lumberjack match at AEW's Beach Break. So that's what's been announced so far. Um, and that's next week, February 3rd. So that's next week. And I'm sure there's going to be more announced. But, oh, and of course, almost forgot to mention Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. Yeah, that's been building up for quite a bit. So definitely looking forward to that. Thunder Rosa finally getting her hands on Britt Baker in a match. So that should be good. That should be really good. Um, and they don't really have a lot announced for AEW Revolution just yet, but we know that the Young Bucks will be defending their tag titles, and we're going to be getting a street fight Team Taz of Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Darby Allin and Sting. So Sting is actually gonna be in a match, well, a street fight. So it'll be interesting to see how this works. Sting is up there in age, so it's like I mean, he's 61 years old, so you would think probably wouldn't be taking a lot of bumps, but I guess street fight is a little bit more freeform. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that match, but that's on the Revolution card. But yeah, so they got a couple of things going for AEW. Um, I was really impressed with the match between Jungle Boy and Dax Harwood that led to Jungle Boy making Dax tap out. Like, I'm big into Jungle Boy, but wow, I didn't think he would actually win that match via a submission. Gotta give him props on that. I mean, I know that Tully Blanchard and Cash Wheeler were handcuffed to Luchasaurus so they couldn't interfere, but that was still a really good match. That was a really good match. I love a Jungle Boy match. He really has great matches. Doesn't matter who he's going up against, but he's had some excellent matches. Um, but yeah, still think it's really, really weird seeing the Dark Order as faces now. Really, really weird. I haven't quite gotten used to that yet. I haven't quite gotten used to that. But I mean, I get it though. I get it. It is what it is. It just looks weird. It just really looks weird. And of course, a lot of people were looking forward to Dolph Ziggler's brother Ryan Nemeth, which Dolph Ziggler's real name is Nick Nemeth. But yeah, had his AEW debut against Hangman Adam Page, and you could definitely see the resemblance, not only just in look but also in charisma in Ryan Nemeth. So, looking forward to see how he does. He had a pretty good match against Hangman Page. So I definitely feel that he's gonna improve and he's gonna do quite a bit. Gonna do quite a good bit. So yeah, congratulations to Ryan Nemeth. But I don't know, AEW, this AEW was a little down, but I think next week it'll bounce back with the Beach Break show, and continue the road to AEW Revolution. But AEW's been kind of lacking a little bit, so we'll see how well AEW can bounce back, because it's definitely been noticeably down recently. So we'll have to see how they can bounce back from that. But anyway, let's get into some Impact Wrestling. The only real thing I have to note is apparently Trey Miguel is back and he's staying with Impact Wrestling. So that doesn't really surprise me too much. He along with the others who are the Rascals, who are now MSK and NXT. All three of them apparently had a chance to join WWE, but Trey Miguel didn't. So yeah, but yeah, didn't really have a whole lot to say with that. I do look forward to the return of Alex Shelley. I hope everything goes well and Alex Shelley can return ASAP. But getting into WWE. First off, I gotta address the elephants in the room. This is the go home week. This has got to be the worst go home week in WWE history. And who knows, something along the way later might top that. But come on, y'all. First, you have a match on Raw that was advertised singles match between one half of the women's tag team champions, Charlotte Flair, going up against Shayna Baszler. That didn't even last a minute. That maybe lasted like 30 seconds before there was a disqualification due to interference from Nia Jax. And then, of course, the Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke arrive. And then this ended up turning into to a six woman tag match. Because you had Lacey Evans come out as well. So it turns into a 6-woman tag match. And then oh my goodness. And the midst of that maybe have lasted like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And then that ended in a count out. That ended in a count out because I guess Nia Jax just couldn't get back into the ring. So that ended in a count out. It was like or no, I'm sorry. Baszler didn't get back in the ring in time. And that ended in a count out. And then once again, they restarted the match with the help of Adam Pearce. Come on, y'all. Really? Really? Come on, WWE. Why can't y'all just stick with what y'all originally advertised? Why can't y'all do that? Y'all did the same thing tonight on SmackDown with AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. And then you have Sami Zayn, you got Otis, you got Big E, you got Miz and Morrison, like, Shinsuke, Cesaro. I mean, first change, it changed to a 6-man tag where you had, Shinsuke, Big E, and Daniel Bryan against AJ Styles, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. So, okay, that became a 6-man tag match. And then all of a sudden, you get Miz and Morrison come down, and then Otis, and then eventually Sheamus, and it's a 10-man tag match. Come on, WWE. Why can't y'all do what you originally advertised? That's twice in 1 week on 2 shows that y'all have had to change things on the fly and restart matches, and it goes from this match to that match to this match. Come on, y'all. And this was supposed to be the built up, advertised big go home week that's supposed to wow us in preparation for Royal Rumble. But it ended up bombing badly. Badly. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just, this is such a bad go home week. Really, really poorly done. Matt Riddle had to go through a gauntlet of the Hurt Business, gets the title shot, more and more dissension within the Hurt Business. But hey, Matt Riddle gets a U.S. title shot. Just had more and more people announced for the Royal Rumble. But hey, at least Xavier Woods was able to beat one of the members of Retribution. I mean, pretty much the weakest member in Slapjack. But that doesn't surprise me. Sheamus beat John Morrison. Then they had to turn around and make it a 2-on-1 handicap match where it's Miz and Morrison versus Sheamus. It's like, dang, y'all. Like, it's just so ridiculous. I think probably the only cool thing that happened on Raw was seeing Alexa Bliss get RKO'd by a burnt up face Randy Orton. That's probably the only highlight of Raw that I really was just like, okay, cool. But Raw was terrible as usual. Um, and I think really the only real highlight from SmackDown was Bianca Belair beating Bayley. I mean, that's gonna give her some momentum going into Royal Rumble. But SmackDown was and now apparently it was announced that Natalia versus Tamina is going to happen on Saturday on Backstage FS1, and the winner gets spot number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble. What? What? Why those two ladies? Whatever happened to like the number 30th entrant being a surprise? Like, dang. And you I'm pretty sure Natalia's gonna win that match. It just so that's just, yeah, ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. This was a really weak go home week for Raw and SmackDown. But let's get to some good stuff. So, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Let's look at the leaderboard so far, or the bracket, I should say. MSK picks up the victory over Drake Maverick and Killian Dane. So MSK in the semifinals for the men's Dusty Tag Team Classic. Not only are they in the semifinals, but so are the Grizzled Young Veterans, as they got a victory over Kushida and Leon Ruff. So we know two of those teams now that are in the semifinals. So the Grizzled Young Veterans await the winner between Undisputed Era and Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, and Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. Now, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. Honestly, that match could go either way. But I think it really depends on how far do they really want to take Ciampa and Thatcher after they recently had their rivalry and now they're a team in this tournament. So that's going to be interesting. And then MSK will await the winner between Lucha House Party, which is Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado, against Legado del Fantasma's Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza. These two teams are familiar with each other. They got a rivalry going on. So honestly, if you ask me, it's probably gonna be Legado del Fantasma, only because it's a legit tag team. But so are Lucha House Party. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly didn't expect Lucha House Party to beat Imperium, but they did. So I don't know. That's kind of a hard one to pick. But I'm guessing Legado del Fantasma will win. But we'll see. But things are shaping up in the men's Dusty Tag Classic. Let's see. I know we got the the way, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in the semis, and they will await the winners, which is supposed to be going on as we speak on 205 Live. Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart against Marina Shafir and Zoe Stark. So they'll get the winners of that. We know one of our semifinals matchups will be Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter versus the recently won Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, who recently defeated Aaliyah and Jessie Kamea on NXT. Yeah. Honestly, unless there's some sort of interference or whatnot, I really don't see Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter winning this. I mean, while it would be nice, I think you got to ride the hands of Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. They've been a tag team, for a while. I mean, not to take anything away from Casey and Caden, but just, I mean, you got to look at who the stronger team is. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez in the finals. But hey, anything can happen. I didn't think Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter was going to beat Toni Storm and Mercedes Martinez, but they did have Io Shirai to help, So you never know. You never know. But yeah, those are really the main big things going on continuously at NXT. Of course, you got Bronson Reed took on Swerve. That was good. Of course, Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor teamed up to take on the NXT Tag Champions, Danny Burch, Oni Lorcan. And it was also announced that next week, Kurt Stallion will get his cruiserweight title shot against Santos Escobar. So we got that on the way. And just announced for NXT TakeOver on Valentine's Day, we're going to have ourselves a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. As Io Shirai will defend her title against both Toni Storm and Mercedes Martinez. That should be a great match. That could be main event worthy. Three really great wrestlers in this match. I mean, Io Shirai and Toni Storm, they go way back. They have quite a rivalry. Mercedes Martinez, definitely a long-time veteran in the indies and just all over the world. This should be an epic match. But yeah, Io Shirai, her title might be in trouble because Toni Storm, very capable of winning. Mercedes Martinez, very capable of winning. Should be a great match. Looking forward to that. But and I'm pretty sure, I'm really hoping that Kushida will get his North American title shot against Johnny Gargano. They need to go ahead and book that for NXT TakeOver. They need to do that. They really need to do that. But let's look at the Royal Rumble. So to finish this off, let's look at the Royal Rumble. Oh wait, actually, before I do that, there's one other thing. NXT UK. So we know that Pretty Deadly have won an elimination tag team match and will get the title shot against Gallus. So definitely looking forward to that. And not only that, so Kaylee Ray, the current and longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion, said that she wanted to face the best in the world. Well, it looks like her wish is about to be granted because it was also announced that Meiko Satomura is coming to the WWE and will be on the NXT UK brand. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. World renowned great, the legendary Meiko Satomura. A lot of y'all may remember seeing her in the second Mae Young Classic. Um, and of course, she's been in the wrestling business long time. She used to wrestle back in WCW, because a couple of times they had some Joshi matches on WCW, and we got to see a young Meiko Satomura. I think she was like 18 or 19 or 20 or something like that. But yeah. So I'm pretty sure she's eventually gonna get built up to have a title shot against Kaylee Ray. But before they get to that, I think they really should get Aoife Valkyrie involved. I think she deserves a title shot now. She's undefeated. She's been undefeated since she's debuted on NXT UK. So honestly, I think she deserves the next title shot before Meiko Satomura. But I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but I think she deserves the title shot first. But definitely looking forward to seeing Meiko Satomura. Okay. Now to Royal Rumble. So I mean, there's really not much on this card. I mean, aside from the two Royal Rumble matches, I mean, you got men's and women's. Um, it was also announced that Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax will get a women's tag team title shot slash rematch against the current champions Charlotte Flair and Asuka. So Charlotte Flair and Shayna and Nia Jax are going to be doing double duty that night. Asuka, since she's the Raw Women's Champion, she won't be in the Rumble. So yeah, but they get their tag title shot, and then we got the two main titles on the line as Universal Champion Roman Reigns will defend against Kevin Owens again. But this time it's a last man standing match. Which I can tell you right now, Roman's gonna retain. And it's not really a match I'm looking forward to because I've already seen this at least twice. So, yeah. And then the WWE Championship, where Drew McIntyre will defend against Goldberg. Don't care at all because it's probably going to suck. I mean, realistically, if I can be honest with y'all, really the two Royal Rumble matches are really the only matches that I even care about. So, I mean, be interesting to see what surprises we get. I mean, Braun Strowman, he just returned tonight on SmackDown to close out the show. Um, there were rumors of maybe Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch being in the Rumble. We know Edge is going to be in the Rumble. Supposedly, maybe even John Cena. Me personally, the dream scenario for me would be a surprise entrant in Kairi Sane. She wins the Women's Royal Rumble, goes on to face Asuka for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania at Raymond James Stadium. That would be my ideal dream scenario because that would mean Asuka and Kairi will finally face off. That's Kairi's dream opponent. They've never faced each other before. So I definitely, that's my dream scenario, but we all know that's not going to happen. WWE's not that smart. But You know, there were rumors of even Jinder Mahal returning and winning the Royal Rumble. Um, there have been rumors of even Eva Marie, a Rhea Ripley. Um, I'm sure we'll see some other folks from NXT. Probably Damian Priest might be in this Rumble. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm really just looking forward to those two matches and seeing what kind of surprises we may get Sunday night. But uh, but yeah, this was the go home shows for Raw and SmackDown were just really kind of weak. With of course Raw being the worst, but I can't be too surprised. But anyway, that's all that I have. Uh, what do y'all think? Are y'all looking forward to the Royal Rumble? Who do y'all want to win? Uh, who do y'all want to win the Dusty Tag Classic for both men and women? Um, and yeah, just what are y'all looking forward to upcoming, whether any promotion? But don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank y'all so much for watching. This has been another pro wrestling talk slash recap. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Blitzball champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.